Ready.
Hi Matt, this is your 1-week follow-up from your mini gastric bypass with Dr. Robert Rutledge. Do we have your legal permission to put your video on the internet?
You do.
Okay. So do you want to tell us how your week has been and how your surgery went?
Well, starting with my surgery, I guess I came in on Wednesday and checked in. It was a pretty easy process. Within, I think, a couple hours, I was in the operating room. The next thing I knew, woke up in my room and surprisingly not in a lot of pain, a lot less than I expected, and I pretty much got better as the day went on, and by that next morning I felt I was ready to get up and about. So surprisingly well for me, I think.
Okay, so were you able to walk right after surgery? And
I didn't try to walk. I still felt a little woozy, but that night about 10 o'clock I did start walking around, but by the next morning after a good night's sleep I pretty much was walking around the hospital.
how about eating and drinking? Were you able to do that?
Eating, still, yeah, it's, you know, the getting used to the sensations are a little bit different for me, and learning to sip, all of those things right from the first day, but 6 days out, it's pretty second nature now.
Okay, so you're ready to try different foods now?
I want to stick to the program where it says, you know, try to give your, you know, MGB as much time to heal as possible, 10 to 14 days with soups. And as far as food goes, I'm not really missing it. So I'm fine to just try to give the healing time that I need, and I guess the food will come.
So how did you hear about the mini gastric bypass?
I heard about it over a year ago when I was considering the lap band, and I was in the in the final stages of actually doing the lap band. My lab works were done. I was just scheduling for surgery, and I actually pulled out of it because I didn't think it was the right thing for me. And a friend of mine who went through the program a year ago mentioned it, and about 10 months later I got to meet him, and I absolutely could not believe it. I couldn't even recognize him. One of the things that I did see is how happy he was with it, and how his life had just made a 180. He was severely overweight, depressed, nicest guy you can meet, but his weight was killing him, and he was a totally different person. And very close friend of mine in April, I believe, did the MGB, and I was convinced this is what was necessary for me.
Okay, so were you on any medications prior to surgery? Do you have any comorbidities that you're hoping to resolve?
Yes, I was suffering severely from back pain. I have degenerative discs from you know, not treating my body so nicely when I was younger, and not taking care of those issues. So I've suffered for a very long time, from my early 20s with back pain, and I've just learned to deal with them. In the last 3 or 4 years, it's gotten severely worse to where I could not even walk from 50 yards without really falling over in pain, and high blood pressure to the point I was on medication. And I felt I was really at the cusp of even more severe health issues because my mobility was so limited. The biggest surprise that I am having is the back pain. My general physician said this was necessary for me because there was not much I could do of my degenerative disc issues without major surgery other than lose the weight. And I never thought I would get such an immediate improvement in my pain. And I walk around the grocery store yesterday with my wife, and usually I know the spots as far as I can go, and was able to do that, and without any issues or feeling pain. It's more, not having to deal with pain for such a long time, and so it's not even, it's more than just helping me deal with the way that I never expected the pain to go away as it has.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.